on. Hitting buttons, setting up still. Fixing screens. I'm sitting down low today, so I want to make sure we get a good view of everything. Now it's time to turn on the live chat option, and then we are off Saturday afternoon, 4:06 p.m. Eastern Time. Almost there. Looks like we're there now. Okay. Let's see who's around. Hello, first person. Good to see you. How's everybody doing? Saturday afternoon. Tomeo, good to see you. Good to know you. Hello and welcome to the folks signing on. Andrew, how you doing? Good to see you. Wesley, you were right on time, buddy. I mean, just started. Bubba, what's going on? Ridian, what's going on? Rob, California in the house. M. Linen, hey, Mark, nice shirt. Okay, Toyota Outfitters. You know the website I always push to you. All the Toyota TRD and Toyota Racing merchandise. Promo code TundraDude. All capitals, one word. Saves you 25% site-wide, including this shirt. Lunar Rock, baby. Lunar Rock color. Cod, what's going on? Dave, how you doing, buddy? How's Canada? Andrew says, glad I caught one. I'm glad you did as well, buddy. Kenneth, what's up? Richard, hello. Tomeo says, hit the like button. I agree with Tomeo. Who doesn't like someone with the name Mayo in their title? Gotta love it. Can't have enough. Working on what tires to buy. I like the Wild Peaks. The BFGs are good. I really want to get Mickey Thompson Baja ATZs one time. And Toyo. Never steered me wrong either. Tam says, preparing for a hurricane. Be safe out there, buddy. Please be safe. That's crazy. What is the hurricane up to as far as category? What's going on with it? I've only seen a quick little tidbit this morning on the news real quick. Rob says, always great when TD34 does a live stream. Thank you, Rob. I appreciate you, buddy. Jesus says, what's up? Chicago PD in the house. Rock and roll. I don't think I have Chicago up here yet. No. Real quick, before we go any further, I finally put up my second patch board. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it, but kind of laid it next to it. I got to move all the stuff out over here, but that's where it will be. So if you sent me a patch, you are now up there. I'm all caught up. There's plenty of room for more patches. So if you are emergency service or military in the United States and Canada, please feel free to join the board. We have a lot of great people up there, some family, but most of that is all you guys. So thank you very much for your service every day, defending our country at home and abroad. Of course, we are huge supporters of the military and emergency services on this channel, which is why you see all that fun stuff behind me. It does look good, right? Yeah, I'm working on it. I finally put it up, and now I want to fill it with patches to the point where I got to buy a third one, and then I'm going to have to redesign the whole thing, but I don't care. The more patches, the merrier. Prayers for our fallen ones, says Alexi. I totally agree, especially for the 13 we just lost in Afghanistan. This live stream is dedicated to the memories of those fine people, so let's keep our heads up. God bless America, but God bless those families as well. Let's get caught back up. You know what? A cheers to them as well. Cheers. If you have anything in your hand, a cheers to the fallen. May they rest in peace. All right. Back at it. All right, so Chicago PD. Jesus has a very tough job. Chicago is not an easy city to police, I'm sure. Otto, what's going on, buddy? 619. San Diego's in the house. Beautiful, sunny California. Raptor, what's up, buddy? Major, this says, thanks for your work. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Always fun to make videos with you guys. We get to do a dealership walk tomorrow. I have no idea where I'm going because there's no Tundras around me. We're going to find something. I'm going to find something tomorrow. M. Linden says, when is the new Tundra finally going to be announced? I'm telling you, man, it's something with that 919 we saw in that teaser video a couple teasers ago where they showed the interior and the person put the phone on the wireless charger. It really focused on that 919 time that was on that phone. I'm telling you, 919, it's a Sunday. I don't care if they don't do reveals on Sunday. There's something about that. I've rewatched that teaser so many times. There is something about that 919. So September 19th, keep your eyes on something. Masshole checking in, Massachusetts in the house. It's always good to have our fellow Boston Tea Party members here, even though they say words like, troopa and things like that. We still love you, man. But thanks for being here, All-Star. Tomeo says that hurricane looks ugly. Yes, I really got to look into it a little bit more before I speak on it, but feel free to let me know anything you know about the hurricane coming in. As you guys know, lived through 2012's Hurricane Sandy. Messed my parents' house up big time. They live over in Seaside. And if you ever look up Hurricane Sandy Seaside, you'll see there's roller coasters in the water. The whole boardwalk was washed out. They live about a mile down the beach from that. So their house was pretty beat up too. Steve says, good day, Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, in the house, 2021 TRD Pro. This is why, Steve, you have won today, because you're in Canada and you have a TRD Pro, which means your TRD Pro has blind spot monitoring and parking sensors, which is not available in the United States. Our TRD Pros do not have that, so you're winning, buddy. Tundra1050 says, hello from North Carolina, the great state of North Carolina. Bring back North Wilkesboro Speedway. And a patch just fell down off behind me. Have to see which one that was and put that back up, because I knew that was going to happen. I got these like Velcro things. I'll have to fix that ASAP. Some of them are heavy and needed 2 Velcros, but it is what it is. Sorry for whoever that was. Jonathan, Houston is in the house. Texas is here, ladies and gentlemen. Good stuff. Ruin with a thumbs up. Tukes, how you doing, pal? Good to see you. It is so hot in my basement right now. We're going to see if I'm in a full sweat by the time this live stream is over. I'm going to need a few cold ones. And that we will do. Gary says, good Sunday afternoon from Taylor, Texas. Good Saturday afternoon to you, Gary. Gotta love it. NASCAR race tonight. We need to get Matty D in the playoffs. Anyone watching the race tonight? Tomeo says, Eastern North Carolina here. Gotta love it. Otto says, hey, Mark, LOL. Hello, Otto, once again. Jesus says, I can send you one. Yo, please send me one. I would love to see Chicago up on that board right there. Bubba says, patchboard looks good. Thank you very much. Rob G says, TD34 Man Cave is legendary. You should see all the crap I have around me that has nothing to do with Tundra behind you. There's hats. There's Mars attack signs. There's a Step Brothers mug. There's one of those pop figure things of the dude from Parks and Rec, Ron Swanson. There's just rando stuff in this area. One day, I'll probably put it all together. Well, you can't see back here. A cool thing is back here, though. My father's old volunteer Yonkers firefighter helmet and his sergeant police hat is right over there. Got a lot of cool stuff down here. Just doesn't make any sense. That's the problem. Alexei says prayers for the fallen ones for sure. Otto says, nice, so many on today. Yeah, we had a nice start there. Mike, what's going on? Ohio in the house. Good to know. Good to see you. Happy to be here. Midwest in the house for sure, always. Is that considered Midwest, Ohio? I would. Anthony says, what's good? Mark, how you doing, Anthony? Good to see you, buddy. Alvin, Arkansas is here. Welcome aboard, sir. Good to see you. Joe says, hello from Poplar Bluff, Missouri. Hope I said that right. Poplar? Oh, the Bluff. Alexei says, cheers. Raptor says, cheers. Bubba says, God bless the 13. Absolutely with that. Otto says, no work tonight, I noticed. Nice. For once, we get a night off. I got to watch the Daytona race. It's very big. Anthony says, some Yingling lager in my fridge right now. Rock and roll, buddy. Steve says, checking in from Northern Illinois. /sucks. Hope you're well. Okay, all right, rock and roll. Steve says, yes, and love it. Otto says, yes, that shirt is sharp. Yep. So if you actually look at the shirt in certain lights, kind of like the TRD Pro, it actually changes color, kind of like the Lunar Rock does. Sometimes it looks very gray. Sometimes it almost looks like a mint green in certain lights. The shirt is awesome. It's that performance like Under Armour feel, too. I'm a fan. Andrew says, Southwest Missouri here. Otto says, the cap, too, the old TundraDude34 hat. Love them. Keep up the great content, says Scott. Thank you, Scott. You keep watching, I'll keep making. Mike says, yup, Midwest. I feel like anything Pennsylvania west to me is Midwest. I don't know why. It's just how I roll. Harlingen, Texas here. Oh, yes, Anthony, my good friend who sends us videos every once in a while from the dealerships. But I bet there's nothing going on down there in the dealerships right now. Gary says, no Tundras. 2 dealerships in and around Austin, Texas have 19 new and used. The other has 22 new and used. We just got a 2021 limited. That's insane because I haven't seen 19 Tundras and I can't even tell you how long. AT, what's going on? Arizona in the house. How you doing, pal? Tukes says, think my 2021 Pro order is getting canceled on Monday. Oh, well, all good, I guess. Keep the 2020 SR5 for a while. Tukes, have you ever looked around the country, bud? There are some out there. If you look Auto Trader, I saw them today. I don't know if there'll be a huge premium on them, but hey, it's worth a try, bud. Florida. There was one in Florida. I think Melbourne, somewhere around Melbourne. Michael says, we want specs, 919, hurry up. I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. Steve says, gas cap spring is an issue for some people I know. Now I got to Velcro. Gotcha. Anthony says nothing but used right now in our two-wheel drive. Yes, I'll do a walk tomorrow morning. Please do. Send away. Send away. Andrew says Joplin, Missouri, western border of Missouri, has 6 to 8 used Tundras. If anyone's looking, Fletcher Toyota, I believe. Joplin, isn't that where that massive F5 tornado hit like 10 years ago? And isn't Jamie McMurray from there, the NASCAR driver? Arham says, I think the new 2022 Tundra's design is evolutionary for the Tundra itself. However, it's a catch-up to today's pickups. The best part for me is the new taillights that have been leaked. So evolutionary. Yeah, the taillights look good, moderned up. Otto says, won't be long till we see the beast. Yes, I can't wait. Bulldog says, so find a dealer who will pre-order with deposit and guarantee MSRP, way to go. For me, okay, I'm going to stop right here on Bulldog Lewis. I'm going to tape a sip of this, and then we're going to talk about that for a minute. A lot of people have asked me this. Did I put a deposit down on a Tundra? The answer for me is no. 2 reasons. Number one, I'm waiting for the Tundra to actually come out. That's the big thing for me right now. I'm not going to put any deposit down or anything until I actually know the specs of the truck and what I can get. I know dealers are doing that thing where they're like, well, put a deposit down now and we'll put you on the top of the list. Which, if you feel comfortable doing that, go ahead, do what you got to do. I would get everything in writing. That would be something I would do. Don't go on handshake promises when it comes to this kind of stuff. That's number one. Number two, I'm also waiting because I do not plan to pay for a markup. All right. I really try hard to not go anywhere near MSRP with these trucks. I paid MSRP on this Pro 2020 because of what it was and how hard it is to get the special color Pros, at least for that time. That was before the COVID thing and the chip shortage. It's even harder now. But going forward, you know, I'm just going to wait till the thing comes out. I'm going to try to find a dealer to work with. I mean, I'm friendly with a lot of dealers to the point where I probably won't even need to put a deposit down, strictly on the fact that if I tell you I'm going to buy it from you, if you order it from me, I will. You know, it's kind of one of those things. And it also depends on where the deposit will go. So if I do have to put a deposit down, is that getting refunded to me? Can I put that toward the purchase or like a down payment? Or is that a deposit that goes into the dealership's pocket? That will make a big deal for me. The advice I have for you guys, if you're going to put a deposit down before the truck even comes out, ask a lot of questions and get everything in writing. Okay, Bulldog? I hope that helps, pal. Hope that helps. Steve says, plenty of Tundras in northern Illinois, but way overpriced. Yeah, they're overpriced everywhere right now. MG says, what's up, Mark? From hot as hell, California. Yes, it's hot in Jersey today, too. Actually, for the last week or so, it's been a nightmare over here, but hello, my friend. Took says, I did a big search yesterday, mostly crew cabs. Found a white double cab Pro in Maryland, but they want $8K over MSRP. Absolutely no bueno. I forgot you were looking for a double cab. They will be very tough to find for sure, my friend. Fam said, yeah, the Tundras in New Jersey are overpriced, very overpriced. You really got to look around if you want to look for MSRP. There may be a dealership or two out there. I would aim for more West Jersey. Check like where I bought my green one from, Fred Beans. Fred Beans Toyota, Flemington, New Jersey, I believe. Steve says MSRP, 3 to 6 G's over, probably. Andrew says, yep, big tornado. Wasn't here when it happened, but they've got some trucks if anyone's looking. Get you a V8, fellas. Absolutely. And Andrew also added an exclamation point later after the fact. Steve says, big ripoff. Riley says, I don't know if it's been said yet, but was expecting a new teaser last Tuesday, the 24th, as Toyota was putting them out every 2 weeks on a Tuesday. Why do you think they stopped? I don't think they stopped because one of the teasers was not on that trend before. I think we just started to pick up on the every other Tuesday thing, but they're probably just stretching it out a little bit to make it to what I think will be the 19th. I wouldn't think too hard into it. We'll probably see one this week. It's getting close. Johnny 5 is in the house. Now, guys, before we go any further, if you saw the video I made earlier this week, Johnny 5 is the gentleman who has that Tundra that sounds like a NASCAR now with that insane, like, $9,000 exhaust system. So if you have any questions for him, now is the chance. I will save everybody some time. Before you ask him, do your neighbors hate you? He's going to say yes, because no one likes that sound if you're a neighbor. Hi, Johnny 5. Anthony says 2021 TRD Pro Sequoia, 65 grand sound normal. That was one on the lot last week. They are usually right around 60 something, so that doesn't even sound too overpriced, to be honest with you. Mr. Lindbergh is in the house. How you doing, buddy? Fam says, I was able to get a new Platinum in September in white in New York, and I'm from New Jersey for a 4K discount. I don't think They knew what was going on with the markups. I got really lucky. Well, 2 questions. Where in New York did you buy it, and where are you from in New Jersey? Good deal, though. Otto says, if they're not good with you with no deposit, well, terrible marketing. Exactly. Exactly. I totally agree. Fam says it was at Island Toyota. Okay, cool. I think it's more, you got to remember this too. New York, let's use like southern New York, for instance, right? So think like Westchester County and down, don't really have a market for Tundra. And what I mean by that is you're that close to the metropolitan area like New York City. A lot of people, if they need a pickup or want to pick up, they don't want something big that won't fit in that city type atmosphere. So there's a lot more Tacoma than Tundra up there. They might just not sell Tundra as well, and that may be why you got a great deal on it. Either way, it was awesome. Show off that accent, Mark. Oh, no. You don't want the Boston accent all day. Bulldog says, what are the odds they offer hybrid and SR5 trim? I think the SR5 will come with the V6 twin turbo, and like limited up will be the hybrid. Just my opinion. Could be wrong. Hope I'm wrong. Tomato says, pretty good Bulldog. There you go. So I could be totally wrong. Maybe it'll be an option at SR5. Who knows? Fam says it was the only Tundra they had. Ah, copy that. All right. Tim says, Tundra, 5.7 liter V8 forever. Just got back from a 3,000-mile trip towing our RV through the Rockies and 5 western states. This truck it's made for the mountains. Yes, that's awesome, bro. No issues, no problems. How is your trans temp? Everyone's going to ask that. I don't know if you had an aftermarket dial for that or anything. Johnny5 says, LOL, yeah, but in my defense, the neighbors hated me beforehand. There you go. Andrew says, Anthony, I saw a 2021 TRD Pro Sequoia for 71 grand. I don't get the hype from them on it. Honestly, looks outdated as hell. They did some modernization to it, but the interior is of the old 07 to 13 Tundra. Tomeo says, probably not the twin turbo V6, but single turbo V6. There you go. Anthony says, well, thanks for the info, Andrew. Steve says, my spring order Skidoo came to the Northwoods early. Thought I was going to wait till January because of the chip. I think the whole chip thing is a scam. I don't know about that. I think it's still actually going on. I think it's pretty bad. You know how I don't think it's a scam? Because these lots wouldn't be empty, all right? There's money to be made with inventory, and if there's no inventory, there's no money to be made. So I don't know about that. That's a toughie. Took said, hoping the 2022 has options for lifts outside of the Pro. Small level or lift from factory without having to buy a Pro. That'd be neat. Bulldog says, TFL truck, F-150 hybrid, average almost 27 MPG in mixed driving. Give me that. LOL scam, LOL. Yeah, I mean, I would like to see, there was a rumor years ago, I made a video on it, I think, maybe about 2.5 years ago, about one of the aims that Toyota was trying to do with the Tundra, which I'm thinking would be the hybrid setup, is 30 MPG, which would be amazing. Like maybe 30 MPG highway. I mean, with a hybrid, there's a chance of that because hybrids do have high MPG numbers, but we shall see. It is a big, heavy truck. Otto says, chip shortage is not a scam. Yeah, nah, no way. Like I said, when you see these lots that are always full of inventory with like 18 cars on it instead of 400, that's no scam. Back at it. Took says, not a scam. I have over 50K on the table and no dealership can get me the truck. Johnny5 says, LOL, the dude abides. The dude always abides. Great movie, by the way. Dave says, even Ford lots in northern Canada are getting bare. Yep, it's not a scam. There really is a chip shortage. Andrew says, considering getting a TRD rear sway bar for the Platinum. Yeah, why not? Rear sway bar is good. Any thoughts since you had one on the Platinum Pro? I had it on the Platinum Pro when it had the TRD exhaust, or the TRD springs, but it will be great on the Platinum. We put on the TRD rear sway bar on my father's Limited for a short period of time, and that's the same suspension as the Platinum stock. It wasn't a TRD Limited, just a straight up Limited with the 20s, and it felt great. It did wonders for the truck. I strongly urge you to check out the TRD rear sway bar, sparksparts.com, promo code TundraDude34. It saves you 5%. Thank you, Andrew, for letting me plug that. Fam said, I'm from Elizabeth, New Jersey, and couldn't find one in New Jersey. I always liked the Tundra, had a Titan for 17 years and wanted a Tundra. After watching your videos, it sealed the deal. Amazing truck. Absolutely happy to help you in any way I can with the video, so thank you very much. Enjoy that truck. It's going to be a good one. I know it. It's going to last forever. Eric says, what's the difference between a TRD Sport and a TRD Sport Plus? Sport Plus is when you get things like It's more like the blind spot monitoring, the parking sensors, stuff like that. I think they throw in the all-weather floor mats. I think you get the N-Tune upgrade. It's like the app suite. Stuff like that, little things here and there. You don't get the JBL sound system yet, though. I think the big focus for the Plus are the small things like that with the blind spot monitoring, the parking sensors, rear cross traffic alert. Andrew says, we need to get that promo code discount up. Those are rookie numbers. Dude, I've asked so many times to get more than a 5% off, but it is what it is. That's all I could do. But like I said, I know that's all our Toyota parts that we need, but the other dealership, I guess I can't talk at all today. I can't think, I can't talk. I still got that overnight work brain going. The other promo code that I have is for the clothing, and they give 25% off, and that is some mean savings right there. So I can't get you the parts you need, but I can get you the clothes to wear while you're driving it. Hey, Johnny5 says, get you a Dirty Deeds exhaust system and enjoy the sound. I like Dirty Deeds. I had 2 of their systems, and they were both awesome. Wesley says, I got one, Johnny. He's pumped. Fam says, I found front and rear sway bars, pro headlights, you have front and rear sway bars, pro headlights, and a bunch of other pro goodies. The only thing is I get a vibration at 60 to 70 mpg, rebalance the tires, and still the same. I wonder if I need an alignment. I know this sounds stupid, fams, and you probably already checked this. Just make sure you're, and this has been the cause of a lot of it, make sure your air pressure in your tires is even, and make sure they're balanced. You said you got them rebalanced. Did you say that? You got them rebalanced and still nothing. So check the air pressure in the tires to make sure everything's good with that. And then, yeah, you may need an alignment, my good man. Steve says, one other Tundra I know of and my buddy's Taco have had the AC drip clog. If it is dripping, there's an issue. The forum saved me $200. AC drips all over transmission. Strange design. Watch out for bad spiders. Ugh. I don't want no spiders. Johnny5 says, awesome. Keith is a great dude. Keith is awesome. Otto says, I totally respect shift workers could not do it. Yeah, it's not easy. Overnight shift is tough, but it is what it is. Got to make the money to pay the mortgage and those expensive toys that I always have. All right, moving on. Tomato says, I got Husky floor liners because of you. Best buy for my Tundra so far. If you don't have Husky floor liners, X-Act contours. I've had them in 3 of my Tundras now. By far the best. I'm not associated with Husky. I hit them up every once in a while, and I say, hey, can we give my fans a promo code for the channel? And they're like, sure, give them 10% off for the month. That's all I've ever done with Husky. I've never been a part of Husky. Their product is just awesome. Straight up awesome. I'm plugging them because they're awesome. Great people. Let's see. Michael says, are you worried about the 2022 first year production and going to wait for the later part of the year, then get beginning portion of the year? No, I'm going to buy that thing day 1 that I can. It just needs to be the setup I want. When the setup I want is ready, I'm going to buy it 100% right away. If it breaks down, if it has a bunch of problems, knock on Amish wood on that, because this desk was made in Lancaster, PA by the Amish. It'll last forever, probably last nuclear war at this point. But yeah, whenever the truck that I want comes out, I'm doing it. Eric says, I'm waiting on my Inferno Red TRD Sport to come in. I can't wait to see that, buddy. Send me a picture of that. Andrew says, considering getting my truck ceramic coated, thoughts? A lot of people do it. A lot of people love it. I've actually never heard anything negative about ceramic coating other than pricing. So, can't go wrong. Excuse me. Luke says, deposit in for the 2022 TRD Pro. Currently a Ram 2500 owner. If dealer tries any nutty area markup crap, I'll remain a Ram 2500 owner. Luke, do me a favor, bud. Keep me updated on that. I want to know how that goes for you. I would just lay that law down ASAP next time you talk to him, too. Because that is one of those things that dealers do. And let's talk about this before I go any further. Okay, this is why I don't like markups. And people, you know, if you talk to salesmen and stuff out there, they're like, well, you know, it's a premium product in a time where the demand is high and the, you know, supply is low. Supply and demand. America, we get it. But here's the thing about that. If I'm selling cars, right, I personally would be more worried about long-term loyalty than a short-term gain. So if I sell you a car right now, right, I'm making this up. Say there's a Tundra that comes in, SR5, nothing crazy, SR5 TRD double cab, right? And the sticker says 50 grand. The sticker says $48,000. And I knock you on a $5,000 markup, or say you order one and I don't tell you there's a markup and wait till you come in and then I'm like, oh wait, there's a 5K markup. you're never coming back to me again. You're going to find the dealers that took care of you in the time when they could have been greedy and got all this extra money. And that's the thing about this whole chip shortage. You're going to see the best rise to the top, in my opinion. Those dealers that keep it at MSRP. Listen, dealers that would normally give you a great deal, they're going to MSRP because there is no deals right now. There's no incentives. It is what it is. But those dealers that were able to sell you these trucks at MSRP and work for you to get what you want at the price that everyone can equal out on, those are the ones you're going to build long-term trust in and go back to when everything's back to normal. And you're going to tell your friends, and you're going to go on your social media, and you're going to give them all the love in the world because they took care of you. The ones that gave you massive markups and played games with you, you're never going back there again, but you're still going to tell your friends, you're still going to visit social media, and you're going to say all the negative things about them, which will hurt them in the long term. So if I'm a salesman right now, I'm doing everything I can to keep you happy, even though there's this crazy chip shortage going on. Supply and demand, I get it, whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm looking for long-term loyalty. Someone buys a truck today, they have kids down the road. The kids buy the truck. The kids' friends buy the truck. Family friends. Everyone's buying cars and trucks for me. And that's how I would do it if I'm a salesman. Cheers. No markups. All right, where are we? Where are we? You're getting so good at the live streams. Dude, this is number 273. I hope so. I mean, this is the thing with my live stream. There's no prep. I just sit down and I turn it on. So that's why when people come on, they're like, what's today's topic? I'm like, well, you guys really determine the topics. I just kind of come on to say what's up. Chris says, I have a theory that Toyota is uploading Tundra teasers on the second and last Tuesday of the month, since this month had 5 Tuesdays in it. Fingers crossed. Chris, that could be right, bro. I like it. Fam says you need to have a Tundra meet in Jersey. I think if I was to have a Tundra meet, I would probably go to like South Carolina, maybe North Carolina. I don't think there's a lot of Tundras up here as far as followers and viewers. Texas, ton of viewers. Canada, ton of viewers. And down south and out west. I'd probably have to jump around all over the country to get everybody into a meet. You have to keep both, man, if you could. Steve, I cannot afford both, buddy. I'm telling you that up front. I love my 2020 more than you'll ever understand. But I cannot afford the 2 Tundras. Too expensive. Tomeo says, Luke, what state and dealer? Luke says Vegas dealers are notoriously bad at this stuff. Have bought previous 3 vehicles out of state. So what I see when it comes to markups and prices is out west, like California, are always the extremely high-priced ones. But Vegas is not far. So Luke says, you nailed it. Yes. Otto says, right on with the sales theory. You would sell so many Tundras at a Toyota dealership of your choice. Yeah, man. It's got to be about that long-term respect between customer and, salesman. That's the only way. Because I'll tell you right now, I'm the most loyal person in the world. If I like your product, if you're a company and I like your product, I will go out of my way to buy that product. Even if it's more expensive, I will go out of my way to support you because you're good to me. It's kind of like with NASCAR. Been a NASCAR fan for a very long time. My sponsors of my favorite driver, I will go out of my way to buy whatever is on the car to support the driver. You know, like that's how I am. So if I'm a salesman, I want to give that to somebody else. Think of a restaurant, and I'm not talking about like a chain restaurant, but a local restaurant to you that takes care of you when you go out. There's not a lot of seats. They can't really seat anyone right now, but they know you. You're there all the time. They make a deal to get you in there. You know, they're going to get you a seat as soon as possible. Like, they're taking care of you, then you got to go back and take care of them. And, you know, push your friends to that restaurant. It's all about that. Word of mouth is a big thing, even though with all this technology and crap we have nowadays, word of mouth is still very powerful, and that's what it's all about. Be a good human. Let's see. Steve says, plenty of Tundras in Wisconsin lately. I like that. Well, you're getting a lot of Tundras delivered. They're kind of just pushing out all these 2021s one more time before we go to the next gen. Matt says, trade in the 4Runner for the next gen and have 2 Tundras. I will never trade that 4Runner. I'm going to tell you that right now. My wife loves that vehicle. My wife could care less about cars, does not care about anything materialistic. She's one of those I love people type folks, we'll say. She had a Honda CR-V that we used for 10 years. She bought it brand new, used it for 10 years. It was definitely getting old, was going to need a lot of maintenance. I always wanted to get her that 4Runner. She always wanted it. It's the only vehicle I've ever seen her actually like. And somehow, some way, I was able to get her that 4Runner, the exact color, packages, everything she wanted on it, exactly the way she wanted. That 4Runner is going to be here for a very long time. Sorry. Fam says, Halterman's in East Stroudsburg, PA. Don't mark up, but they won't give discounts. That's what they told me and my buddy when we went to go get a Tacoma off-road crew cab. And when we got there, they kept their word. All right. East Stroudsburg's a good area, though. It's not a bad area. I have a lake house very close to there. Not me. The family has a lake house, I should say. Steve says, Wisconsin is more honest. Fam says, I'll take the road trip. Rock and roll. Well, Fams, if we ever do a, like some kind of a, you know, I guess a meetup or whatever down south, we can meet up and drive down. Steve says, wish there were loyal salesmen in Illinois. No such thing. And that's a shame. And that's a shame. And I'll be honest with you, there are a lot of dealers in my area. And when I say my area, I mean like New York, New Jersey. They still sell like it's 1975. Like there's a lot of games and gimmicks. But there are some great ones here too. You just got to look around. And that's what I always stress. And I will say it again. And if you agree with me, hit the like button on this one. I say this in a lot of my videos. I don't mind repeating myself when it's to save you guys money and time. But you don't have to buy from that dealership down the street anymore. It's 2021. These dealers all over the country deliver. So if you find a dealership that gives you exactly what you want for the price you want, don't be afraid of shipping costs. Even though you're getting the vehicle shipped to you, and that does cost money, you may still be able to save thousands of dollars, even with the shipping, because you went to a good dealership that had a great deal and don't want to screw over their customers. So do the research. Take the time. Trust me. Could save you a lot of money. I think I'm going to say this right. Tar, I apologize if I said that wrong, contacted you last year, but I can't even get a video sound clip of my 2020's weird noise on a cold after sitting for 2 days or sub 30 startup. Can you take a video with your phone and send it to me, like a short one? Or you can try to describe the sound. I always like to help. How do I get a hat? A hat like this? I don't have these for sale. I kind of just made a few of these to see if there was ever any interest in them. So if there is interest in these hats and you guys would buy them, I will make a ton of them. But you'll have to tell me yay or nay on the hat. If you do want to get some of the TundraDude34 stuff, somewhere below this picture right now, my Teespring store link is there. I have a bunch of stuff in there. The popular 2022 Tundra Make Half Tons Great Again shirt. Check it out. Andrew says, bought Raceline 935G Defender wheels the other day. Amazing how wheels or tires completely change the look of a truck. I 100% agree with you. Send me a picture. Steve says, at this point, just go north, then drive 200 miles for service. Some of the new owners I know will do that. All right, rock and roll. Only 30 minutes into this live stream. Let me ask you a question here. A lot of scheduling for honesty. Yes. I forget what I was going to say. Oh, yeah. Where's everybody coming from today? Where are you in the world? Talk to me. 50 of you here. I want to hear from all 50 of you. 33 minutes in. I should have asked this 10 minutes in. Once again, today's live stream is dedicated to those we lost in Afghanistan a few days ago, those soldiers. This one is to the families out there. And much love to the rest of the armed services that are going through what we're going through right now. We give prayers and love to them and a cheers to everyone involved. So cheers to all of those fine people. God bless your families. God bless you and God bless America. Let's get through this. Also, if you're just joining the live stream, behind me, I finally put my second patch board up. I'll adjust it up one more time. All of your patches are now up there except the one that fell. The one that fell is right. Which one that was? Hold on, I'm going to take my mic off for a minute. I'm going to go find which one fell. Ow. If it ever does come off. There we go. Be right back. I know you can still hear me. Let's see which one fell here. Okay. Oh. Raritan Police fell. So there you go. Try to get this thing fixed real quick and then we'll get back on here. They always seem to fall every once in a while, so it is what it is. Fixed. Anyway, so we got the new patch board here. Tell me what you think. Everybody is now up there that has sent in patches. So that is a good thing. We're putting the mic back on, so excuse the sound if it's distorted for a moment. There we go. We're back on. I do want to point out one thing. We're coming to the 20th anniversary here of 9/11. If you look, I'm going to try to at these patches up here. 1, 2, 3, all along the top there. That is my buddy Sam. He was a firefighter, ladder 4, FDNY, and he died in the towers on 9/11. So 20 years, it's crazy, but just so you know, if you send any patches of any emergency services, like most of you do behind me, at the top is a great hero firefighter, Sam Otis, who died fighting fires and rescuing people on 9/11 in the World Trade Center. So please know you are on there with great company. And thank you all. Now I have to fill the beer again, and then we keep going. Because, you know, round 2, you know, round 2. So if you have a nice drink with me, I appreciate you. See what we got here. Once again, the NASCAR race is on at Daytona tonight. I don't know if any of you are NASCAR fans out there, but if you are, or you want to pretend to be for a night and you got nothing to watch, we want Matt DiBenedetto to win in the 2021 Wood Brothers Ford. So go get him, Matt. Cheers. All right, moving on. Ooh, I missed a lot. Let's see. Tar says, by the time I crank it and hear it, I've forgotten to set record. It's on me. It is almost like a stutter in the startup. Yeah, I'd have to hear it. I'd have to hear it, bud. Riley says, Juneau, Alaska. Oh, Alaska in the house. Steve says, Illinois, hell. Excuse me, Tar. And correct me if I'm saying your name wrong. I'm going to start saying TV, bro. Texas in the house. Duo's Theory, RGV, Texas. Gotta love it. Rick says, Leesburg, Florida. Beautiful Florida, where you can always find a golf course, wide open, sunny, with a little rain shower here and there because it is Florida. Alexi says, Colorado Springs, Colorado. Ridwin says, Lancaster, California, the high desert of LA County. All right. Otto says, sorry, Drumbo, Ontario, FAMS 03. Agree. Get some hats, Mark. I'd buy some. Rock and roll. Okay, good to know. I love these hats. I wear it everywhere. Eric says, Birmingham, Alabama. Good stuff. Daryl says, Moore, Oklahoma. More. Luke says, Southern Nevada is Toyota country. Tons of Tundras, tacos, and 4Runners. Plus, it's Vegas. Luke, spread the word about TundraDude34 YouTube channel. Help a bro out. I want to come to Vegas. Never been. And, you know, I do like a little blackjack. I got to be honest. Fam says, cool. Good to know. Andrew says, Ridwin grew up there. That dealer is bare last time I looked. Bass Angler says, DeKalb, Illinois. I hope I said that right. Boy, these used Tundras are hard to find at a reasonable price. Any idea when we can see relief? It's all going to depend on the chip shortage. When the 2022 Tundras start coming in, you might start to see those used Tundra prices go down when there's more new. That's what it's going to be all about. Because there's no new Tundras, that's when the used prices come up. And it's the same with a lot of models right now. Chip shortage. Cod says, Clovis, New Mexico. With a name like Cod, I would expect you somewhere where there's an ocean. I'll be honest with you. But Clovis, New Mexico. All right, cool. Fam says, Elizabeth, New Jersey will be in Howell tomorrow at family member's house. Chick-fil-A is in Howell, and it is very delicious. You have some. Oh, you can't, because Chick-fil-A is closed on Sundays. Otto says, you just sold the shirt because you stood up. Great length, too. There you go. There you go. I'm glad. Save 25% using promo code TundraDude, one word, all capitals, at Toyota Outfitters. There's the shirt, baby. They sell, oh, this is a new hat I got from there. I love this thing. Has the Toyota logo on the front and says Toyota on the side. I dig this. I dig this. Dig it a lot. All right, moving on. Mr. Lindbergh says, San Diego Oceanside. Rock and roll, buddy. How's the zoo? How's the San Diego Zoo? I need to know. Andrew says, these used prices make me wish I would have bought a truck last year just for a turn of profit. Yeah, everything's a turn of profit. Got any Elizabeth police? I don't think I do. I don't think I do. Nope, I don't have Elizabeth PD. Daryl says, it was raining in Daytona earlier. Hopefully that's all done. Hopefully we're done with rain. Because that's what I hate about racing in Daytona. It's always raining. There's always some kind of delay. It's a big track to dry. Nando says, North Texas. All right. Million, what's going on, buddy? Will these illegal dealership markup scams ever end? I guess it depends on where you go. Mark, what's going on, buddy? Howdy, Mark and TD. Team from Bend, Oregon. Bend, Oregon in the house. Ridwin says, Andrew, the dealership is under new ownership. I've walked the lot several times, and there's usually a couple. There you go. All caught up on the comments. That's a good thing, right? Gotta love it. I want to tell you guys something because you're on the live stream. I'm not announcing this or anything just because you're here. So you guys know, I hope you know, I was on Christian Eckes's NASCAR Camping World truck from Thor. I don't know how much you know about Camping World NASCAR series, but Thor Sport Racing is his team, number 98 Toyota Tundra. You guys know that my logo was on that truck at Pocono this year. I'm working on something bigger for next year. Bigger. I'm thinking something like a hood. I want to be on the hood next year. So let me know what you think about that. Any NASCAR fans here? Raise your hand, or I'll just shut up about NASCAR if there's not. Million says Cedar Rapids, Iowa. It's 102 here. It's hot and I'm mad as hell. That's what Scotty Kilmer would say. I love Scotty Kilmer. I haven't watched him in a minute, but I love Scotty Kilmer. Rev up your engines. Tomeo says, guys, gals, fill up your trucks today. Gas prices will go up after hurricane hit the area. Yes. I pulled into the gas station today, and the sign said $4.56. So I told my wife, take a picture of that real quick, because you don't ever see that. And the guy was actually changing it, and he messed up. So I paid $3.40, which is still way too high for gas. Excuse me. Troy says, what's up, Mark? Late to the show, but I'm here. A hurricane on its way here to Mississippi. Make sure everybody stays safe in the path of the hurricane. Bubba, hand up, racing fan. DA, huge racing fan. Let's go, Matty D, baby. Sean says, yo, Mark, just got done coding the Pro in F11. We'll see how it holds up. Please keep me informed on that, my good man. Steve says, hard starting on Tundra equals fuel pump. Take it from me, after 14 months of fighting, TSB is available, Flex BS. Yeah, so the Flex Fuel Tundra issue there. Now my mileage is unbelievable. Fourth Tundra, believe me, push the issue. Do it. Million says, I'm not a fan of any sports. It's just not worth it. Andrew says, what's everyone paying for gas? $2.63 at Sam's here. I don't remember what, see, I buy the middle grade. So I buy 89. But 87 was rocking 326, something like that. Tomeo says, gas price is way too high. Mark says, just finished washing my 2020 Pro while wearing my iForce Wins t-shirt. Love the Army Green. Go get him, kid. Gotta love that shirt. Ridwin says, NASCAR, one of the few professional sports that love America. Rock and roll. Million says, all prices are TGH, as Flossie Carter would say. Fam say, let me know. I could get you an Elizabeth police patch. Yeah, email me, TundraDude34@gmail.com, and I'll tell you where to send it, my good man. Raymond says, just paid $4.50 per gallon in California. It always starts in California, unfortunately. Steve says, gas in Illinois is $3.69. 10 miles away is $3.20. Okay. Andrew says, any difference with buying 89 instead of 87? Look, the truck is built for 87, but I don't know. I was coming off of filling it with premium when I had the supercharged Tundra, and I just wanted to go down a little bit to 89 from 93, because that's what I was, octane 93. But I don't have a reason why I do it. I just feel like 89, maybe it'll smooth everything out a little bit, but it's all mental. It's all placebo effect. Any updates on your old Platinum Pro Tundra, Nando asks. No, I talk to the guy every once in a while. He's the salesman that I actually bought my Pro from that I have now. The only thing that happened to that truck since he's owned it, he loves it, is he hit a deer. I think I talked about that last live stream. He hit a deer and it messed up a little bit of the front. He had to change, I think, the bumper end caps, or one of the bumper end caps, because it was on the side, and maybe a little bit of a new wheel well in there, but that was it. Nothing crazy. Let's see. Tomeo says $3.30 gas here in Eastern North Carolina. Million says California sucks. BC says $2.89 Palmetto, Florida, for $2.87. I don't know what is wrong with me, man. I cannot speak today at all. Probably should have had one more cup of coffee, huh? Let's see. Sean says, Daytona, you can just watch the last 20 laps. Regular unleaded is $2.80 here, but I need DiBenedetto to win the race. So I got to watch the strategy. See, I'm one of those weirdos that I pay for the NASCAR scanner. So every race I watch, I get to listen to my driver and his crew talk. You know, I'm into all the extras, you know, DraftKings here, you know. NASCAR is my thing. It's been for a long time. All around me right now is NASCAR stuff, to be honest with you. Kyle Petty was my guy, my first favorite. I don't know where I am. Steve says, better schedule for your next 32 gallons gas, buddy. That's a good idea. Otto says, pretty sure these increased gas prices will make them sell more 2022s. That doesn't hurt. Gas Buddy is great, says Andrew. I'll tell you one thing. I was always one of those like, oh no, I have to fill up at Sunoco. It's better fuel. I fill up at Wawa now. And if you don't know what Wawa is, everybody has a Wawa type thing around them. Quick Check, Sheets, places like that. You know, where it's a convenience store and also a gas pump. I'm just into that. Quick, in and out. It's easy, no problems. And I could get a sub. Who doesn't like a turkey sub? Let's see. Eric says, what do you think about Kurt Busch going to 2111? I'm actually pissed about it because I wanted Matty D to go to 2111. So I don't really know. It actually blew my mind, Eric, that so many people were like, well, why'd they make his number 45? Does anyone not remember when Jordan came back and he was number 45? My mind was blown. Chris says 320 in Long Island, New York. Also, what's the best 3-inch level kit for a 2021 1794? Also, what's the biggest tire size you can run without rubbing? I would go with the adjustable shocks that we always talk about. Bilstein 5100 and 6112s. People love them. They go up to 3 inches. 1 to 3 inch level lift. On a 3-inch, you could probably fit the 295 70 18s. So, might want to check them out. Million says, I could use a beer. Well, it sounds like you can't have a beer right now, so cheers to you, Million. I'm going to have a sip for you, bud. There's your sip. Tomeo says 330 is middle grade, regular is 289. All right. Steve says, FYI, TRD dual exhaust went up $65 across the board. What a great exhaust, but terribly expensive. Max is in the house. Hello, Max. How you doing? Luke says $395 for diesel currently, but $450 plus for premium with the wife's Lexus. That is not cheap, my friends. Million says Sheets has legendary food. I've stopped at Sheets a few times when I was down at the racetrack in Richmond. I don't have that around me now. DA says, I understand why non-NASCAR fans think it is boring for the first 80% of the race, but at least at least in NASCAR, unlike soccer, you are certain that the last 20% will be awesome. I like the whole race. The more the merrier. Like they were talking about shortening them. Nah. I like the endurance of a NASCAR race. I like listening to the team and the driver fix the car through the race, watching the driver line up cars and pass them. It's amazing. Die hard. Die hard. And it was always funny being a Kyle Petty fan because he always started at the back and you could always watch him pass cars, you know? Sure he got up to 28th, but he started 43rd, so I got to see cars get passed. Eric says he was 45 when he came to Birmingham and played with the Birmingham Barons. There you go. Appreciate that. Anytime, buddy. Greg says, dealership just called and said my Lunar Rock Tundra should arrive this Monday. Super duper excited. Greg, congratulations. That is giant news. I love Lunar Rock, which is why I'm wearing a Lunar Rock TRD Pro shirt right now. Great color. Andrew says, that beer is making me want to get some wings and beer tonight. Got to convince the wifey. Make sure the wifey's looking at the screen. I'll take care of it for you. Mark says $3.79 a gallon, Central Oregon. Yeah, it seems to be like the national average is in the high threes there. Lewis says, hello from California. Keep hearing rumors on a 2022 Toyota Tundra diesel. I'm going to put this out there to you guys right now. I'm going to take a sip and I'm going to say this. There's 43 of you on here now. There will not be a Tundra diesel. All right? We all want a Tundra diesel, but with today's EPA regulations and everything they do to constrict diesel engines, Toyota will not go to a diesel Tundra. Keep that in your mind. Trust me on that one. They're going hybrid. They're going twin turbo. They're going forced induction. They're going the opposite of direction. They're getting away from the fossil stuff. I'm telling you right now, do not expect a Tundra diesel. I'm very sorry because I know a lot of you want that, but it's just not in the cards. We talk about this every once in a while, and we could kind of put it all together here. Toyota's main focus is not the Tundra. Toyota's main focus, there are a lot of cars they have. They're the #1 auto manufacturer in the world. But the Tundra is not, and I don't mean that in a mean way, like the Tundra's not, they don't care about the Tundra. Of course they do. But it's not their main focus. They have a lot to focus on. So with the Tundra and the market share of the half-ton that it has, they're not going to go insane with a lot of things. There's a budget. Swears and the team has to stay within. You're not going to see a diesel. That would cost way too much money. And you know what? That would hurt us a lot as consumers because we would lose a lot of stuff just so they could have a diesel engine. So keep that in mind. Don't get your hopes up for that. Andrew says, the Bilsteins are on back order, unfortunately, waiting for a 3-1 on my truck. Yeah, everything's on back order. You can't get anything anymore. Everything's tough to get. Everything is a work shortage now. So like tires, suspension components, regular parts that were very easy to get, there's a premium price on. Look at the chip shortage. Everything's nuts right now. It's just a crazy time. Steve says $4.59 premium in Illinois. That's crazy. Glad the Z car doesn't use that much like the Tundra. Yes. Million says there's the sheets right across from my yard in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. There you go. Sam says definitely fit 295s on a 3-inch lift. I had them on a 2-inch lift with mud flap removal, 295, 70, 18, negative 18 offset. That's a nice look, Sam. That is a nice look, my friend. Million says wind chill pearl for the win or blizzard pearl for the win. I agree. Wind chill pearl is beautiful. Troy says 289 regular here in Mississippi. Make sure you fill up. Like somebody said, when the hurricane comes in, those gas prices are going to get nuts. There might be gas lines. That's what I dealt with in Sandy. When we had the big hurricane here in 2012, it knocked out a lot of things. You were sitting in line for gas for an hour and a half to 2 hours. And they only let you come get gas depending on your end of your license plate, even and odd. Huge pain. Tiger, how you doing? Says, hey, Mark, how are you doing, brother? I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well. Tell us how often you wash your truck and if you do it yourself or someone else. I wash it myself because I don't trust going to the automatic washers. I feel like some of those, I don't know, and this is just in my head, but like when you watch the big brushes go around, like the automatic ones, I start to think like, how often do they check this stuff for debris? And I don't want dents or scratches and stuff like that. I would say I probably wash the truck once every 2 or 3 weeks. Honestly, I haven't washed it since early July just because of my work schedule, but that's usually what I do. And yes, I wash it myself. EP says, nice to see you, Mark. EP, it's nice to see you. Thanks for the great Tundra channel. Thanks for being a great viewer. Everybody wins here. Million says, hashtag, bring back the 5.7 liter V8. I agree. Sip a beer for that one, buddy. Let's see. MG says, Mark, my order, it's supposed to be delivered by the end of September, and seems that all the dealers near me have the same late September delivery date. Keep an eye on it. That might just be like an order. I don't know how they do it because I've talked to some dealers, and I'm like, so it says in transit from the factory. Like if you've ever seen that when you go to look on a website, you see a Tundra and it says, oh, in transit from the factory. I'm like, well, when's it coming? They're like, nah, we just have like an idea. They don't have a direct delivery date, but they have an idea of when it's coming. And it's such a pain. Keep me updated on that. Sam says there will not be a Tundra diesel. Enough said. No way, no how, no more. It's not happening. Tebow, what's going on? Late to the live stream, but made it. Hey, Mark, hope you and your family are doing well. Thanks for your post on sending prayers to the Marines and their families. Yep, they definitely need it right now. Absolutely. If you missed this, if you're just signing on, like Tebow, this entire live stream is dedicated to those souls that we lost the other day in Afghanistan and to all of the armed forces and emergency services of this great country, the United States of America and Canada. All right, I put up the patch board. We added all the patches up there, but please, there's so much I could say as far as how much we love the military and we love the emergency services of this country. I harp on it all the time, and I never will stop. This channel is all about emergency services and the military. So a cheers to those that were lost the other day, and everyone else stay safe out there. All right, moving on. Max says one engine, 3.495 liter twin turbo engine for year 1, 2022. Max, I'm buying a hybrid, dude. So if the hybrid doesn't come out right away, I'm keeping the 2020. And let me ask everyone that. And that was what I was kind of talking about earlier in the live stream today. Remember I told you in the beginning of this, I only want to buy what comes out exactly how I want it. I want the Tundra configured exactly how I want it. If I wait for the hybrid, is that going to piss you guys off? If the twin turbo comes out, is that going to make you mad if I wait for the hybrid? Go. Steve says, back order on gas door spring for the Tundra or just call Amazon. That's crazy. Mark says, in my perfect world, NASCAR races in the rain, no delays. Sorry if that hurts Harvick's feelings. And standing starts at beginning of all stages. Absolute carnage. Okay, one thing about, I know why Harvick was mad about the road course they did a few months ago, where that was too much rain. There is such a thing as too much rain, where the cars can't, they're going 50 miles an hour around the track. That's no fun. But I do agree with you. They should race a little bit in the rain, especially road courses. And I'm glad they added way more road courses because they're so much fun. Steve says, I'm glad you wash your own truck. Absolutely. Mark says, commercial car washes destroy paint. Rock and roll. Million says, have you seen Air Force One with Harrison Ford? Legendary movie. I could pretty much quote Air Force One with Harrison Ford. Love that movie. Here's a movie I want to suggest to 56 of you, if you haven't seen it, you need to get on this now. Crimson Tide. Crimson Tide. Another one of those movies I could pretty much recite. Denzel Washington, Gene Hackman, and so many other people. But go check that movie out. Next time we do a live stream, I want to hear what you think. 1 to 10. Otto says, all about safety, Mark Spencer. Yes, yes. Sam says, if you want to scratch your paint finish, be sure to take your truck to the auto wash. Yep. Andrew says, I need to get a foam cannon for home use to wash my truck. They're really not that expensive, Andrew. They're actually quite reasonable depending on how much money you want to spend. Ridwin says, sitting in lines for an hour and a half. Back in the early 70s, I had to sleep in line in my Toyota Hilux. Yeah, that's a completely different time. Yep, the gas shortage back then. RB says, do you think a catch can will be needed for the new Tundra Turbo? I mean, catch cans are for turbo engines. Let's see what they come out with, but wouldn't hurt adding one. They're not expensive, and it's a pretty easy install, too. There's a gentleman, John, that I talk to all the time. He actually lives down the street from where the lake house that the family has is. He has a TRD Pro 2016 Mag Ray Beautiful. He put a catch can in on his naturally aspirated 5.7 engine. Can't hurt. Million says, is the Highlander non-hybrid affected by the shortage? I think everything is. My dealership over here is completely empty of everything. It's just used. I think there's one new Tacoma, and that was it. Bubba says, that's smart, Mark. Dirty Dog's car wash chipped my paint in several places, so I stopped using them. Yeah, I'm washing my own. I don't care. I mean, it doesn't take much, right? You just get a couple buckets. If you do it the right way, the 2-bucket system, bang it out. Chris says, I'm back. Sent you my new purchase on Instagram. Good to see how good your channel is doing. And Chris donated $10 to the channel. Chris, thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate you for the donation to the channel, and welcome back, my friend. Andrew says, Million, we had to order my wife's Windshield Pearl Platinum Highlander. Didn't have a hybrid available. Chris has been around the channel for a good long time. Chris, when did you first start watching the channel? Had to be a couple years now, right? RB says, soldiers do not fight for what is in front of them, rather what is behind them. That is a great line. Luke says, check price, and they didn't have any all-terrains available at all. Terrible. Need another sip. Hold on. Million says, thanks to all the military and special emergency first responders for your service. Hashtag support our troops and emergency services. Absolutely. See, everybody, sorry, my phone rang, so I don't know if it affected everything there. So if you can still hear me, we're good. If you can't, somebody say something. EP says, not going to piss me off, Mark. I'm waiting for the hybrids as well. Good to know. Good to know. No, won't make me mad, might make me happy. I feel like the hybrid is more of what people are interested in the way of something different. We've seen the EcoBoost stuff out there, right? But a hybrid Tundra, they're talking this, big tow numbers, big MPG numbers. That's what I'm interested in. And the hybrid game for Toyota has been happening for a really long time. So we shall see. That's what I want. No, wait for the hybrid. Yeah, I want to see its MPG. Absolutely. Luke says salute. Sean says, I want to see you get the new truck before I do. Yep. Otto says, yep, no diesel. It's not Toyota's focus. Look at what they're doing with the V8. Exactly. Million says, thanks, Andrew. That's probably how I'll do mine. Tomeo says, I want a twin-turbo V6 hybrid, which is what I believe it will be. Bubba says, that opening scene is awesome in Crimson Tide. Yes, sir. Crimson Tide is such a good movie. And Hunt for Red October. Another great movie. Yes, yes, absolutely. All those submarine ones are great. Million says, how about some lines from Air Force One, Crimson Tide, 10 out of 10. I mean, there's so many. First off, Gary Oldman, you could do all day long in his Russian, I guess, Ukrainian accent that he does in that. But get off my plane. I mean, there's so many lines from that movie. I mean, you could Harrison Ford all day. Mark says, and, oh yeah, we already talked about that. Sam says, any movie Denzel does is good. Absolutely. What was the name of that movie he was in? He was in with another guy, and they're on the train that won't stop. They have to figure out a way to stop a freight train or something. Can't remember the name. Like 2010 came out. Sean says, I'm going to get the hybrid just because I want the newest thing. Exactly. Bubba says, Sam, agreed. Steve says, just saying, you got to keep both. You might regret not having your old gen. You'll never have the new one like you have again. Tell Swears to sponsor your new one. I would love to. Once again, I want to keep my old one. I just can't afford it. Straight up. Unless there's some kind of deal with Toyota giving me something, like handout begging to them, I can't keep both. I would love to keep both, but I can't. And I know I will regret getting rid of my 2020. 100%. I love that truck. Million says, QDR, remember this, Toyota. Don't let us down on the twin turbo engines. And he agreed, Steve. Chris says, I think 5,000. Tebow says, I've heard chip prices are going up 10 to 20% for manufacturers, which means increased vehicle prices. I wonder if this is the same for Toyota. I've heard that as well. Million says, hybrid all the way. Bass Angler said, where did you get the shirt, man? All right, here we go. It's time for a plug. Thank you, Bass Angler. Go to the website. It's going to be down. I didn't do the description for this video yet, but in all my other videos, if you go in the description of them, Toyota Outfitters, the link is there. Go there. It's all of the official merchandise of Toyota, TRD, and Toyota Racing. Use promo code TundraDude, one word, all capitals, TundraDude. Saves you 25% site-wide. That's giant savings. They don't just have apparels, people. They got cool mugs, all right? They got hats, they got signs, they got barbecue equipment, golf bags, everything. Go check out the website, TundraDude, all capitals, one word, saves you 25%. And for your parts, all the parts of your Toyota and Scions and everything like that, sparksparts.com, promo code TundraDude34, saves you 5%. Get on it. Million says, I love any and all Navy movies. How about, I can't remember the name of that movie. I don't remember the name of it. I think it was Final Countdown. Was that the name of it? Feels wrong. That's the one with Kirk Douglas when the ship goes back in time to right before Pearl Harbor, when the aircraft carrier, and they could stop Pearl Harbor or not. Great movie. Rick says, approximately how much to install hood scoop on a 2021 1794? I think I answered that for you the other day. I think it's going to work out to be probably like $900 with paint. Keep that in mind. It's not cheap. Not cheap. Denzel movie you were thinking of is Unstoppable. That's a great movie. I mean, he has so many great movies. Million says, I'm okay with increase of normal MSRP, no markups allowed. I agree. Tomeo says, I really hope the hybrids have an add-on onboard generator. That'd be nice. Tebow says, Act of Valor is one of my favorites. Got to meet the SEAL team leader as well. There you go. Mark says, maybe you could talk Swears into a one-year extended review for the hybrid 2022. Keep your 2020 AG that way. That'd be great. We'll see. We'll see. Otto says, how the bleep are you going to wait for the hybrid? I don't know, but I'm gonna try. Sam says, Final Countdown, yes, early 80s, great movie. Good seeing, gotta go, and go Bryson. Oh, no. Oh, no. Chris, no. But thanks for being here, buddy. No Bryson. No Bryson. Steve says, find a way, man, no regrets. Still wish I didn't sell my 13 to my neighbor. Try to be a part-time, honest salesman and drive them all. Surprise your local dealer doesn't hire you on your free time. I try not to work with dealerships too much. I'll give a shout out if I buy from you and stuff like that. But overall, I like to keep my options open. Because if I work for the dealership down the street or do anything with them, then if I go do something at another dealership and plug them, what if they get pissed, So I try to keep it right in the middle. Hybrid TRD Pro would be nice. That would be something I would want for sure. Yeah, that's my plan. I'm just waiting to see what comes out. I'm sure I'll be stupid and not want to wait once it starts to actually come out, but I really want that hybrid. Yeah. So we're going to call that a lot. Tell them it's on your terms. Yeah. Listen, Toyota's been great to me. You know, I've talked to them, dealt with them a bunch of times and stuff like that. But I'm still small potatoes to Toyota. There are a lot bigger channels out there, a lot bigger publications, Car and Driver, you know, the ones that have been around for years and years and years. Although I do all Tundra, I'm still just a guy who talks about Tundras on the internet. So I don't see them giving me a $70,000 truck and just say, hey, good luck with it, buddy. Enjoy. Thanks for what you do. But I wouldn't say no to that either. But I will do my best to try to keep both. But, you know, I do have a mortgage and a wife, and I like to keep food on the table and take her out every once in a while. And if I have two very expensive Tundras, I don't even think I'll be able to afford the gas for both of them. Because I know a lot of you guys always mess with me and you talk about how I'm loaded as far as money. But listen, I unload trucks overnight. If I was loaded with cashola, I wouldn't unload trucks overnight. So keep that in mind as well. Let's see. Tebow says TRD Pro should have the twin turbo V8. Balls to the wall. That would be awesome. Sam says, have you seen concept images of the next gen 4Runner? I have. Pretty interesting. Million says Radies Rides is one of them. I love that guy. He's a good dude. Mark says, Das Boot! One of the best World War II and submarine movies. I thought of actually Beer Fest, the Broken Lizard movie, but, you know, I'm younger. All right, everyone. Have a great day. Once again, this live stream was for those fine soldiers that were lost in Afghanistan the other day. Prayers to their families, and may God bless their souls. And once again, thank you to all the emergency services of the United States and Canada and the military of both countries as well. We love you. We support you. Come home safe to your families. And thank you for all you do. And that is how we will end the live stream. Please keep those families in your prayers. But until next time, thank you so much for watching and subscribing. I appreciate all of you as well. Excuse me. And I want to show you the board. The second board is up one more time. That is how we will end this live stream. So thank you, everyone, for watching. I'll see you soon. Go get caught up. Check out the playlist. Watch all the videos. We'll be doing a dealer walk tomorrow. Till then, have a great one.